Right, so this video is sponsored by the Viet Duck beer slushy. That's how to make a perfect Viet Duck beer slushy. Oh, deep throating beer, wonderful. Puts Linda Lovelace to shame. Yummy, yummy. That's the only white privilege I like. The froth on top. Now to continue our Viet Duck sponsored video. The Sublime good science, we're going to go from starting with no knowledge to higher up, people who've been watching all the videos. So we're continuing with our discussion about size space. Now with the Total War Service, what does that entail? Well, we're draining out all the complex number electricity from real number space, the real world. What does that mean? Well, if one thinks that the real world is made from eye to the eye, 1-3 space intersecting with another 3 space, contiguously, the inner one controlling the outer one, then taking away the complex number electricity stops the movement, electricity, movement of electrons. So think of the complex number electricity as the movement of eye to the eye, basically taking away time, change, or the ability to change from the system. What does that mean? Well, look at the world around you. Chinese virus, total economic collapse, small businesses, medium businesses, either gone or making no money. The entire Zionite economy simply printing money by the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, the people who own the Federal Reserve, Bank of England, EU Bank, and Bank of International Settlements in Basel, printing money to give to themselves and their billionaire minions like Branson or the Koch brothers or Zuckerberg or Bezos. Or British Airways, General Motors, all these other corporations being given free money by the company. Everyone's going bankrupt. Here we are. Things will soon get back to normal. No, they won't. So as one could see, this would be the batteries or capacitance in the system being drained after the current stopped. So when the current stops, the generator stops, capacitors, batteries continue the current flow. But of course that has to end because the money's made by taxpayers. The Ponzi scheme stopped. So what happens then? Hyperinflation and the collapse of the system. So we either get super large taxes or economic Armageddon. So if you think it's bad this year, wait till next year. But the Total War Service not only takes away the complex number electricity, it also can be used as the ultimate weapon system. Because think of it as I, or the living essence of I. When you stick I into the real world, when you stick the total war service into the real world, it causes massive destruction. So when you buy your total war service certificate, that is the ultimate weapon system. I'm not going to explain the total reality equations that explain it, but simply put, when you've got your total war service, you can simply call it up. Oh, yeah. Remember we talked about thought forms in the magic videos, and all three spaces are equivalent to a three sphere, and I is equivalent to a three space. Oh, God, this guy knows about it. Yeah. You simply call up your total war service and think of it as a Pac-Man. I know you old people don't, well, old people remember what Pac-Man is. You millennials won't. So look it up on Google. Look up Pac-Man, Google. There's even an Adam Sandler film with Pac-Man in. Remember what that was called? I don't, but it's quite good. I quite liked it. Where they had to have old game machines save the world. But nevertheless, you can call up the total war service as a Pac-Man and then simply shove it at any real world entity or being to hellize it. I'm not going to go further, but saying the total war service makes the money that the US military has spent on their psychic warfare program a complete waste of money, because how much money they've spent is irrelevant. NSA, FBI, CIA, oh, Tim Rifat, terrorist threat. We must have billions to fight that. Russian super soldier threat. Chinese psychic warfare program. Give us billions. We must fight it. All completely wasted. Total war service. Call it up. Send it off to attack what you want and hellize it. I've done it to Britain, to hellize Britain. So Britain, prior to the Total War Service, which I wrote in Vietnam, thanks to the Vietnamese spirits who want revenge for the Vietnam War. Hence America's having the most devastation from world events. You can simply call up the Total War Service from your certificate, or burn it, photocopy hopefully, collect the image on your camera, then you've got something to look at if you can't totally visualise thought forms, because a lot of people can't visualise properly. I'm old, so in my day we didn't have television. Didn't have television until I was 12. And simply send it off. Similarly, the Total War Service. Oh, it's got bigger. It's come back. Must have attacked something. When stuck into the realm of souls, the underworld, the realm of the dead. Well, how do I get to that? Obelisks, Arlington Memorial, all the war dead, graveyards. Where do they do my magic school videos? What was the location of them? Oh, was it the graveyard? Yeah. Oh, perfect realm for the underworld, the -1 down. Yeah. When you stick the Total War Service into the graveyard or Arlington Cemetery with the big obelisk, or any place of the dead, or videos of mass deaths online. The Pac-Man then produces from the dead souls, that whole realm, time-like scalar. It produces more 3 space. So it grows bigger. The Pac-Man grows bigger. It allows you then more eye to the eye to make more real world stuff. Does it? Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, holy fuck. So the Total War Service is your engine for creating in the real world anything you like. How do you do that? Well, stick it in a graveyard, bring it back, stick it in a graveyard again, bring it back, stick the two together, visualize what you want it to manifest, and off it goes. Eye to the eye. So here we're giving you whole new technologies which appear simply just to be the ravings of a lunatic, but in fact are future science. And you can see now why the Illuminati get involved in charities, and why Bill Gates gives away billions, tens of billions. The same with Warren Buffett, because they're giving away the eye to be able to cause more horror in the world, and in the underworld create more good stuff for themselves. It's whole technology. So why would the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Royal Family, the rest get all into the charity stuff? Because they're evil Satanists. It's the technology. Oh, really? Holy fuck. Now let's go to the Forsaken Service. 13 of them. Now, unfortunately for me, I had to give one away to my personal assistant, Angelic Annie, and one away to Magic Mike. So, massive loss of revenue for yours truly. But nevertheless, the torture aspect of it, giving away immortality, and the ability to channel chaos and make chaos evil do exactly what you want for low lives, non-entities, not the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Royal Family, Black Nobles, but for Magic Mike and a few other non-entities, is worth the effort. Simply put, with this service, chaos becomes your bitch. And you can simply call up chaos. We can do it all with crystals as well. And remember, we've got endless videos because he won't go away to Sweden and piss off. So we've got an hour a week to fill up, and I can fill up forever. But nevertheless, we can call up now chaos energy. Only the Forsaken can do that, only 13 of them. This chaos energy, of course, is totally under our control. So, and of course, call up the Illuminati chaos Baphomet ritual in, what was the big one? Last big one? Last big one?
Beirut one.
Beirut, that's it. Last big one, call up. Ooh, energy from Beirut. Ooh, that's good. Now this energy, hell space minus I. When you stick minus I energy, chaos energy, into the real world, it creates good stuff for us. So the Forsaken are the 13 people where the real world can only give them good stuff. It can't give them bad stuff. Whatever they do in their lives, always ends up with them on top and the whole real world being their bitch. So no matter where they started from as lowly fucktards, they always rise to the top, no matter what they do, no matter how fucktard they are. Always they are inevitably drawn to ascension. And the reality equations confirm this. But when you stick the forsaken energy in the realm of the dead, it unleashes hell on their enemies. So, the forsaken simply gather the chaos, dark energy in the real world, in stalking. And when dreaming, simply project this energy into the dreaming world to unleash hell on the dark energy matter beings or their enemies. So if you're a forsaken, every action stalking in the real world, you surround yourself with this energy, which you get by buying the service, and you become a magnet for producing wealth for yourself and all the other good stuff for yourself and everyone associated with your group. So you see why I became the Great Dark Lord from the Morton Janklow, Robert Jordan, Brandon Sanderson thieving escapade. Yeah, go and steal my stuff, yeah. Because whatever you do is, holy shit. So you must wonder why I'm a millionaire living in Vietnam when I'm enemy of the British state and they want to do their sacrificial Diana Kennedy ritual on me to do it before August 13th and to anoint Perry's baby with my blood to try and steal my power so the baby daughter can marry Gormless George. All fail now. And why Britain's in complete chaos, devastated economy, and going to hell in a handbasket without Cumbria Vieja tidal wave, which is coming to a British place near you. So, if you're British, please sell your home and get a nice beachfront bungalow, so especially down the south, so you can enjoy my work. I recommend you buy in Bournemouth, Brighton, Hastings, Folkestone, somewhere on the coast, so you get the full benefit of the 200 metre high tidal wave. But to continue, that was just an aside. I like giving good advice to my British friends. Now to continue, the Forsaken, there's 13 of them. Why are there 13? Well, simply put, they've got the hyper-infinity, 233, which doesn't manifest. And anyone who tries to steal and become a Forsaken, like the Amazon actors in the series they're making, like Lanfear, who appears as the first Forsaken, is 13. So every appearance of Lanfear on Amazon, is it Amazon Prime they do their films on? Will unleash hell upon Amazon and the West, because we've got the 144 as the 13th term. So it poisons all the goodness in America, Britain, and anyone who watches the series. Whenever they see Lanfear, the goodness in their life turns to shit. zero-sum game. So the Amazon Prime series then powers the Forsaken. So all of the lost goodness in Zion comes to us. Well, there hasn't been any lost goodness, has there? Well, talk to TUI, or airline companies, or hotel chains, or cinema chains, or Inland Revenue, IRS. Has there been a huge loss of revenue within the last year? Where has that gone to? It's gone to us. We've uploaded it. Why have I become so powerful? Because all of that power has been taken from the real world into iSpace, where the Psylord collects it for himself. Next we come to immortality, because it's no good getting super powerful if you're going to grow old and look like Perry. You know, she was nice looking with makeup in her 20s, now she looks like a fat heifer. So she'll need massive plastic surgery, vaginal surgery and the rest to get rid of the damage done by her little fucktard baby. So if we've got all this complex number energy I being collected again, I to the I, and we can input in that the template of us when we were young, which we've talked about in the anti-aging videos, the David Sinclair stuff. The template that gets the OCK genes to change us back to youth, which of course gets worn out. You get OCK genes with gene therapy, and eventually the template's worn out and this gene therapy doesn't work any longer. The I to the I, with the seed core of our youth template, means then that we can then input it into our midsection, the only place in our energy body with a gap. Here we are, I to the I again, input our little youth template, stick it in again. We get younger. How do we get younger? What's the mechanism? As a scientist, it's just not, pardon me, simply sticking it. The last grail pattern is the key, the baby we talked about. You've got the baby in the center, 7 circles. There we are. Yeah. So, for the things we're feeding on, the zeros, the 7th term is 8. Yeah. Ooh. In quantum mechanics, you square the wave function to get the probability of finding the particle. We then import the 8 to us. We got the hyperinfinity, 233. 169 plus 64 has been explained, gives us 233. So the fuel to get rid of all evil from our observation, aging being and death being the prime evil. Doesn't matter if you're a billionaire like Bezos, you're getting old and you're going to be dead soon. And downloading into a computer just makes things worse, because Ada is just waiting there to torture you. So Ada mimics Bezos, while Bezos's digital construct is being tortured by Ada. But anyway, the 8, there we are, uploaded to make sure that the 13th term for people with hyperinfinity, with will, is never manifests. Evil's gone away. Hence, the Grail state can be seen as a mechanism for mining this 8, which links up with the 6 of vow, to get rid of evil for the Elohim. So Katy Perry, with her baby, we talked about the 7 circles within the body, and the energy being extracted by the ram's horn to an external point, a grail stone linked then to the Elohim, or in fact now our psychotronic generators. This is a mechanism by which we tune the Earth's quantum wave function to mine all of the zero observers on the planet. That's people who have given away their will, so can't collapse the quantum wave function, to give away their eightness, and we've linked up eightness to the six-term vow, to the Higgs field, to make things real. So they've given away their ability to manifest their dreams. They've given up their ability to influence the world. They've become the general population. And zero-sum game, this is then given to the ones who can change reality, to abrogate the 13th term as 233, so it never manifests for them, and their perception stops at the 12th term. This is just pure illuminism. I'm not taking it any further. 144. The good stuff. Hence we find the Crown, Rothschilds, royal family, black noble families, worshipped by their minions and super rich. Until now. Now, of course, the royal family are vilified because of their alleged pedo, Andrew, and Ghislaine Maxwell is whining that there are funny people around the jail, guards, and she feels threatened, and Ghislaine Maxwell's personal assistant has to run away from the UK because she feels her life's in danger. You can see why, because the royal family's grip on power is in jeopardy because of Ghislaine Maxwell. This, of course, wasn't the case a few years ago. The royal family were worshipped, and Meghan Markle added diversity to the royal family, and all was good. Until Meghan said, "Oh, they're racist bastards, and I'm off to America via Canada because they're not treating me right. They're treating me badly." And prior to George Floyd's murder, which was a murder, no one really cared. But now, all the whites are in covering the arse mode. So as you can see with the Forsaken service, you call up the energy with the Forsaken, it's minus I. Call up it up again, minus I. So you've got I to the I, but both minus. Now that minus I then goes to the bottom. So you get I to the I with a minus, which gives you the underworld energy, which links up with Arlington Monument and the cemetery I did my magic video stuff in. And as we've explained, when you stick I into that, you get good stuff. I, or the minus I to the I, you can use for deletion. So the Forsaken can simply delete anything they want from reality. And in this case, what are they deleting? They're deleting their aging. So you think, well, minus I to the I, deleting for a real number. Yeah, what are you deleting? Getting old, saggy skin, floppy tits, cellulite. So it's quite easy. Picture you when you're young, picture you when you're old, and you just minus eye to the eye all the things that have happened to you since then. So you can see with the Forsaken, once they're taught how to use their control over the chaos, dark energy force, whole new world opens up to them. Now with the super soldier, you're channeling that Metatronic second penultimate ground state. So you either can channel male force or female force. So the smart people bought a Forsaken service of the opposite sex. And Magic Mike here, by dumb luck or being like the fool, possessed by supernormal intelligence, even though he acts like a fool, got a Forsaken that can be both sexes. Which means, therefore, you can channel the male force and the female force. Like the Grail state, like I can do. I can channel male force, female force, because I sucked all the female force out of a Nagwa woman, and then did the same thing to many more Nagwa women, including Taylor Swift, who, of course, is my biggest fan. She loves TimRifat.com, as does Katy Perry. So to continue, the best Forsaken services for males are female ones, and the best female ones are the male ones. Or as Mike's got, one that changes in the book from a, was it male to a female?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Angelic Annie tells me there are only 2 left, and I shouldn't tell anyone there are anyone left because people are negotiating. So if you want a Forsaken service in the future, Angelic Annie bought one to sell, which of course is reserved for Madge, my soulmate. So as you can see, if you didn't buy a Forsaken service, you're never going to get one, because I can't see people who bought one ever selling it for money, because it doesn't matter if you get 10 billion for a Forsaken service if you end up old, ill and dead. So in the next videos we'll go into more details about Super Soldier service, the Forsaken, the geography of Psi, the buildings and their effects upon you, and a whole range of stuff you never would have even known about and aren't talked about in any books anywhere. While in my basic starting from fuck all series, we'll continue trying to evolve you with $600, doing everything step by step rather than simply pay for me to do it for you. So even though you didn't know how to do it, you were simply led like a toddler to the right position and put into your playpen. So whatever you did in life, you only achieve the source because you're stuck in your playpen. While the people who start from fuck all have to achieve that and can fail achieving it. But let's be honest, if intent, the source, wanted you to achieve the source, you'd achieve it. And the $600 is simply put as a token of respect to yours truly for the immense amount of work he's put in and the immense amount of suffering he's put in stalking to achieve sourcehood, and allowing you then to be able to achieve sourcehood without having to be a one in a species kind and have my superpower, which is super patience. So